Los Angeles Lakers took on the San Antonio Spurs today without LeBron James, which was much needed, right? LeBron could have used some rest. He's in year 21, age 39, just coming off of a great stretch for the in-season tournament. I wish that we would have won the Dallas game. Nonetheless, we rested LeBron and we were able to bounce back in the San Antonio Spurs game. Anthony Davis absolutely dominated and led the charge, which was great. It's what you want to see, right? I love how Anthony Davis has been playing this season, right? Especially the last 8 to 10 games or so. He has been more aggressive. He has been more physical. He has been more imposing, right? He seems a little more spry. He's playing some of the best basketball he's played. And we know Anthony Davis can lead the charge and lead this team when, LeBron James is out. We saw it last year, right? Anthony Davis had a 2-week stretch where he was by far the best player in the league. He was dominant. And in this game, he's once again showed the capability of hey, he can be the guy. And I know people get on him a lot about his scoring outputs at times and he disappears at times, but I've talked about this. You got to get him the basketball, right? He isn't a guy that's going to inbound the ball, bring the ball up, and then go, from the top of the key, cross some guys up and get to the basket. No, he needs to establish himself down in the post, down on the block, and you got to find ways to get him the basketball. The Lakers have also done a much better job lately of getting him the basketball and getting him the basketball early and allowing him to establish himself and establish his presence out there on the basketball court. It is something that needs to happen and continue to happen. I've talked about it, right? If D'Lo and Reaves and LeBron and the primary ball handlers on this team are not actively trying to get Anthony Davis the basketball, how can he be effective on the offensive side when we've seen so many instances where the team just completely looks him off or will just go a completely different direction? Right? Darvin Ham, I've talked about, he needs to do a better job of running sets and getting Anthony Davis in more actions to get him the basketball. Two things that have happened a lot more in these last handful or two of games. Another big thing is Anthony Davis, he needs to be more assertive. He needs to be more demanding of the basketball. Something that, again, he has appeared to have done these last few games. The three keys to getting Anthony Davis to be more dominant that I've hit over the head constantly this season are all three things that have happened in this last stretch of games. And you saw it in this game, right? That's the thing. If the Lakers are actively doing what they're supposed to do to get Anthony Davis the basketball and allow Anthony Davis to be dominant and impose his will, he's going to be dominant and impose his will. But I just love what we're seeing from AD. I love just the physicality in which he's playing with. He just has had this mindset these last, like I said, 8 to 10 games or whatever, where he's just been I'm going to score and you're not going to stop me. I don't care who you are. You're not going to stop me. And he's done a fantastic job. But Austin Reaves, he just continues to shine. He continues to just ball out for the Lakers. Ever since that in-season tournament, it seems like he's starting to get back into his rhythm, get back into his flow. This, again, was another game, high efficiency, high effectiveness. He's out here just wheeling and dealing, dishing out dimes, getting guys set up, right, scoring the basketball. And more importantly, his three-point shot continues to drop, continues to fall, right? That was a big thing. And look, I've talked about it. Reaves hasn't been terrible. People act like Austin Reaves has just been this bum out there and he's just not playing to the level in which he's playing, right? He's starting to, he's getting back to that. But there was a lot of questions early on in the season about, is he going to be able to replicate last year? Because he was just so great and so over the top last year as far as effectiveness and efficiency and the way he played the game. So I do understand that we have this perception, this idea of what we envision Austin Reaves to perform like and what he should be able to do. But it's not like he's been bad, right? He's been good all season. He just hasn't been just this completely takeover, dominant Austin Reaves that we've been accustomed to. He's starting to get like that. And he's been really good with that thus far this last, again, handful, little more than a handful of games. And he did it once again in this Lakers game, right? LeBron's out. Who's stepping up? Who's going to deliver? Who's going to shine? And you saw a real collective effort. This was a collective game. Once again, you have 6, 7 guys at double figures. And the more that happens, the more that this Lakers team is going to be great, sharing the basketball, right? They got to still do a better job of turning the ball over. But every time, and I say this, every time they get more than 30 or 30 to 30 plus assists, they win the game every time. Because the ball is moving, it's not sticking. You have multiple guys getting into double figures. Every time the Lakers get 6 or 7 guys in double figures plus they have 30 plus assists, this Lakers team is nearly impossible to beat. Right? When Anthony Davis is cooking and he's just dominating, you have D'Lo setting the tone and hitting some shots. He shot 50%. His three-point shot still isn't falling, but look, he was still great, right? You have Taurean Prince, who his three-point shot has came back, and I love that. I love that he's averaging, 4 to 5 threes a game. We need that to be consistent. Cam Reddish was fantastic in this game. Rui Hachimura, right? This was a collective team winning effort. And Austin Reaves, his impact has just been, it's been A1 these last few games. And it's funny that, the San Antonio Spurs, and it's why I titled this video the way that I titled it, is because, San Antonio was really interested in trying to make a push for Austin Reaves and wanted to potentially offer him a max because they could have offered him more than what the Lakers were able to give him. The Lakers would have been able to match it. I don't for a second have a question in my mind that the Lakers wouldn't have matched whatever the Spurs would have thrown out there. But it's one of those things, like, if you're San Antonio, you should have done it, right? I mean, even like people that are for San Antonio talked about like how they should have done it. Because what if the Lakers didn't? What if you did give him, 4 years, 100, I think it was like, 110 million or something like that, 115 million was like the max that you could have given him. Maybe it was like 120, right? Like, why didn't, like, if I was San Antonio, throw that out there and see what happens, right? They had the cap space. They had everything. It's not like they went and got somebody else with that money. And so if that money was tied up, it's like, well, now what do we do? No, like, the Lakers were, a team that there were questions of, like, are they going to match whatever salary the Spurs throw out there, right? Because San Antonio could have put them in quite a predicament, and they just didn't, which I guess I understand to an extent, but it's just funny that, like, they're going to get a good look at Austin Reaves these next 2 games, this game and then the next game. And Reaves was great in this game. He's probably going to be better in the next game, right? LeBron, I imagine, will be back for Friday's game. I was wondering if they were going to rest Anthony Davis in this game also. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't. I thought for sure that they would rest both of them, but at least LeBron, I think, is good that you got him some rest. But again, team effort, collective win. San Antonio made their little push late in the fourth and stuff, but I just think the Lakers kind of took their foot off the gas. If I'm being honest, I think the Lakers were just like, the game's over, and just kind of played coast. Like, let's just maintain at the end, right? You're trying not to get anybody hurt. You're not trying to do anything silly, right? You got Anthony Davis dominating. This game, the Lakers could have won by 30 if they wanted to. I think if they had LeBron James, they probably would have won by 30 plus. But like I said, you're just trying to play the game. You're getting other guys involved, right? You're getting other guys different looks. You're just, again, especially early on when you established like the dominance, right? Lakers are up by 8 at the end of the first. Continue that run. They're up 13 going into halftime. Then all of a sudden you just dominate again in the third, and it's just like, why are you going to overextend yourself? Like, what do you need to prove by beating the Spurs by 40? Right? So I don't really mind it. I'm sure some people are going to look at it and go, oh, the Lakers should have won by more, whatever. Again, win's a win, right? You don't have LeBron. You're not trying to hurt yourself. You're winning this game. Like, just get in, get out. As always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What did you make of this game? Are you one of those people that are in the camp of like the Lakers should have won this by more, the Lakers should have dominated more, they shouldn't have let up so much in the fourth? Like I said, I think a lot of this was just the Lakers. They're winning, right? They're coasting. San Antonio's trying to make a push. They're trying to make it interesting, but the Lakers basically won this game and controlled this game start to finish. Like, there was never a point where I thought San Antonio was truly going to come back and the Lakers were going to be in trouble or anything like that. Credit the Spurs for not just giving up and laying down in the fourth. They could have easily just said, you know what, like, we just don't have it today. Let's call it a day. But I do. I credit the Spurs for continuing to fight, continuing to play their game, but the Lakers are fine. Would have been nice to win by 30, sure, but that's not what this is about. Win the game, be healthy, get into the next game. You got to play these guys again on Friday. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.